Yo, what up, everybody? This is Mitch Darrell, and today is gonna be fun. Today, I'm going into the what I call the list territory, where you know, usually this happens at the end of the year, but I decided, you know what? It is almost July. It's almost July 4th, actually, and I decided, you know what? That means half the year has gone by. So let me kind of go ahead and do some housekeeping and look to see what Christian hip hop projects that have come out in the first half of 2022 are on my top 10 list. So I decided to look through my phone, try to recollect back, even looked at some Rapzilla posts and Dad by Faith posts to see if there's anything I might have forgot about that I liked. And I came up with my list, my personal list of my 10 top Christian hip hop projects, which is it could be an EP, mixtape, album, EP, mixtape, or album. Anything basically that's more than like 4 or 5 songs. That's not like a double single, like any type of project, whatever you want to call it. And so yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. I might go a little deeper into some of these albums. A couple of them I've already done deeper dives on. But I'm just gonna kind of go through my top 10. I got them in order. The order is subject to change. I'll probably visit back at the end of the year and do a full years list. But yeah, let's get right into it. So, number 10, y'all know I got my paper. Number 10. And by the way, this list, if you want to call it biased, if you can call it whatever you want. This is Mitch Darrell's list. You don't have to go, what about this or what about that one, or you left off this one, or didn't you hear that one? This is my list, the stuff that I listened to, the stuff that I appreciated. And there might be some nepotism. Some of these people are people I'm close to, but I listen to their stuff more because I speak to them daily. So, first one, collab EP, actually. Vanguards EP, my guys Trutha and Mike Wise. Okay, Vanguards EP, they are number 10. I joked with them. I said, you might not make the list. They're number 10, and I actually got a deeper dive on their project coming later because it is two guys who have known each other, but decided for the first time, you know what, I feel like we go well together. Let's come together and make a collab project. And I feel like their chemistry is kind of crazy. I feel like they make each other better. I feel like there's a lot of rapping, a lot of rapidy rap on this project. It's short, concise. There's not really many skips. And like I said, they bring out the best in each other. I feel like this is some of each of their best work. And they're the homies. So 10 goes to Vanguard's EP. Now, number 9, technically, I guess you could say this isn't 2022, but to me, it's close enough. This album came out at the tail end of 2021. I'm talking like a week before Christmas, I'm pretty sure. And it is the Mental Health album by Hilgi. Shouts out Hilgi. So, and I feel like I haven't heard from him since. I mean, I guess it's been 6 months. I kind of wish he had just dropped it at the start of 2022 because for some reason saying 2021 makes it feel like it's been super long. But this album, I feel like, didn't get enough. Like I feel like people didn't talk about it enough, maybe, or maybe I just didn't see it. I can relate to mental health, the struggle of mental health. I've written my fair share of songs that kind of can relate to that. Mans did a whole album with beautiful visuals to promote it. I don't know if y'all can see this, but like the cover art's beautiful. Well, I guess I'll probably put the cover art next to me. The whole aesthetic, just all the subject matter, and his rapping is crazy. Per usual, it's always crazy. So yeah, Hilgi's mental health. I love the topic. I remember loving it as it's a cohesive body of work with a theme throughout. So we are counting that. That is number 9 for 2022 Christian hip hop projects. Let's see. Number 8 this is an artist, a producer actually, that I was not familiar with at the start of the year, but now I am. So much so that I don't know if his name is Craft or if it's just CRFT, but his name is capital CRFT. I think it's Craft. I apologize, brother, if I'm wrong, but that's what I thought your name is. And he has the Open Your Eyes album. And what I really like about it is I love producer albums because when, for example, like DJ Lost and Found's about to do a project with 50 artists on it, as a producer, you can make a beat and just be like shopping around trying to find people to get on this beat. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't necessarily have to worry about you being on the song part. You could just find dope people. So in that, there's a lot of dope artists. I know J. Crumb's on there. There's a No Big Deal song I really rock with. I think Bats is on the same song. There's a few songs on here that I listen to multiple times, that I really kind of go back to, add it to my playlist. Like I said, I wasn't familiar with this producer beforehand, but now I listen to his project so much that I'm waiting to see what he comes up with next. So that is number 8, the Open Your Eyes album by crft. I really hope that's how to say your name, bro. Let's see. Number 7, I think we're on 7, is another homie, my guy Just Raised. First of all, he's just got one of the dopest names in Christian hip hop. I don't care what anyone says. So his project, Memoirs of an Elevated Soul, The Late Night. Tell me that's not a beautiful, it sounds like a Kid Cudi album. It's an album and it's beautiful. So Just Raised, if you're not familiar with him, please go look it up right now. Juszrd, Juszrd. He makes beautiful, cohesive projects. He's a soulful, I don't even know what he'd call himself. It's like soul, hip hop, rap. He does kind of everything. Voice is beautiful. The concepts are beautiful. The cover art is beautiful. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I wish he had the fan base of like a Kendrick, or not even that big, but like someone bigger, so that people would really have to sit and listen through the whole thing. Because it like tells a story and it evokes so many emotions, but you might not have heard of it, you know? So that is 100% number 7. It honestly could have been higher, but Memoirs of an Elevated Soul, The Late Night. I know he's coming out with more music. I got some features that he hasn't released yet, so I might take him off the list now. Drop my features, bro. Project is amazing, so that's number 7. Number 6, another homie. I promise this isn't just all homies. If It Were the 90s EP by my guy Coop. So before Coop became Cooper Hill and started making only pop music, kidding. But before Coop decided to take kind of a hiatus from rap, he decided, let me drop like a really, really dope rap project just to show everybody what I'm about, that I got bars, that I could fit in if it were the 90s. First of all, love the cover art. It's short, concise. I love EPs because of that. You get a project, but in like a small form, like a miniature project, basically. And he's rapping. He's just rapping the whole time. He's just spitting. You can tell in this project, his whole point is to be like, yo, I am one of the best at this in our space. Whether you know me, whether you hold up these other artists in a high regard, whether you never heard of me, I am about this. I can rap. And I'm going to do a deeper dive into this project because it's amazing and there's so many bars to choose from. So 6, I believe, If It Were the 90s EP. If you haven't listened to it, it takes like 15 minutes. I think it might be shorter than that. It's really short, but it's super dope. Number 5. This is a project I have already covered, and this guy is akin to Coop, and it is Christopher Sincere, his Sincere EP. Again, very cohesive, very, very much so a project, but packed into a small container for you to, I think it might be 14, 15 minutes, yet you learn so much about Christopher. I had told him after I did my last video on him, I didn't know who he was until Next Move, and now I definitely know who he is, right? He's known to drop EPs, he's very talented, you can tell where his heart is in his music. A lot of people like to complain, CHH artists, they don't talk about God enough, or you can't really tell where their heart is. You can 100% listen to this man's music and know he's got a heart for God, and you can tell he's not just doing this for the recognition or the money or whatever. He genuinely wants to make music to help spread God's word, and this project both does that and is very dope. He's a very dope rapper, very dope artist, very not cookie cutter. He's not just copying today's sound. He very much so is an artist in my mind. So that is number 5, Sincere EP. Number 4, this is an artist I was familiar with, but didn't really listen to his music that much. I knew of him. I knew he was talented. It takes a lot for me to sit down and listen to someone's project, and this project got me to do so, and I'm gonna listen to more. This is 350, Love You Divine, with the less than symbol and the 3 making the heart, like we used to do back in middle school, and it's an album. And first off, cover art, beautiful. It's one of those things where you see it and you're like, I have to listen to it. The name and the cover art alone means you have to listen to it. So I think I was probably going to listen to it anyway, but some peers of mine were like, yo, that 350 is crazy. I know him to be kind of more of a wavy artist who can rap when he wants to. Of course, anyone who knows me knows I'm very much into lyricism and rapidy rap. Um, so I was surprised when I listened to it, and he is like, he's doing a lot of both. He's doing a lot of everything. There's a lot of great songwriting. You can tell once, kind of similar to Christopher Sincere, he's an artist. He takes pride in what he does. He's very talented. But he's got something in there for people like me where it's like, yo, this kid can rap. If he could just do a rapidy rap project similar to the Coop EP if he wanted to, but he also has the talent that a lot of us lack of the wavy, singy, catchy bop type thing. So this project is very beautiful. Everything from the title to the name. It's something I've listened to multiple times, and it only came out a month ago, maybe. So that is number 3, Love You Divine, album by 350. You know what? That might be 4. That might have been number 4. It's my bad. Just to recap, 10 is Vanguards. 9 is Mental Health by Hilgi. 8 is Open Your Eyes by crft. 7 is Memoirs of an Elevated Soul by Just Raised. 6 is If It Were the 90s EP. 5 is the Sincere EP. 4 is Love You Divine album. 3 is Us Against the World, GOM. This is not nepotism, even though I love these dudes, and I talk to basically everyone in here pretty often. I love rap. I love rapidy rap, and it helps when the people making the rapidy rap are people that I care for. I also love collab projects. If anyone knows me, I love the projects where it's like a project I loved a lot when I was younger was the I can't remember, the Young Money, the first Young Money project, where it's like all of Young Money is on there, and they have the songs that have like the cipher that's got all of them, or like 4 of the members. So I'm always a sucker for a good collab project, but especially when all the artists are super dope. So of course it's GOM, it's Bizzle, Dayton Bumps, Selah, AI, and Jared Sanders. I jokingly would say to the guys that AI washed everybody on every song, but it's almost not even a joke. AI to me is the highlight of this project. Her verses are kind of just so much so a breath of fresh air, not just because she's a woman, but her tone is just so contrasting to the rest of the guys that it just stands out. It's like all the AI verses come in. Of course, everybody did their thing. I feel like it's great. I've listened to it multiple times, and honestly, it would have been number 1 if not for these last 2, obviously. So that's number 3, Us Against the World. Number 2 is Rap Should Be Fun, Volume 2. And in my head, I was like, I should do a list that doesn't have mine on it. But I was like, but why though? Because I genuinely am listening to my project a lot. Now, you know, whether people are not gonna have this in their top 10, I don't think, by the end of the year. People might not have even heard it. But objectively as humanly possible, the songs are good songs. And similar to like a producer, I love the collab type projects. So I have so many artists on different, some songs have 4 people, 3 and 4 people. I love the other people's verses and the production. You could take me off the project and I'd still love a lot of these songs, you know? Like that was my whole purpose, was to be like, I try to make songs for me as well. Obviously I'm on them. But half the time I'm like, I don't even care if I'm on this one. So Rap Should Be Fun Volume 2, I really love it. I've listened to it a ton. There's only one project this year that I've listened to more than my project, and it is Testify Season 2 by J Monty. And technically, I get it. Technically, it's not a project because he dropped the 10 songs as singles. But in my phone, it's a project because as each one came out, I put it in a playlist called I called it J Monty New Music, but it's basically Testify Season 2. All of them are out. I have listened to these 10 songs more than anything else, more than any secular music I listen to. J Monty, this is counting as my favorite album. I don't even care if he's like, that's not an album yet, technically, or not a project. It's a project to me. It's my number 1, and it's probably going to stay that way unless somebody drops something amazing. So, yeah, that is my top 10 of the first half of 2022. Congrats to everybody on here, not just because you made my list, but because you make great music. I would feel comfortable showing any of these projects to any of my friends who are not Christians or don't know anything about Christian hip hop as a representation of Christian hip hop. So Tune in next time when I talk about, tune in at the end of the year when I do my year-end wrap-up. But tune in. I'm probably going to do a few breakdowns more in depth on probably most of these projects, or at least a few more of them. So catch y'all next time. I appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe. Peace.